So somebody said something fatphobic to me the other day, and obviously they didn't know it was fatphobic, and I responded poorly.
Hey people, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. In our today's conversation, we want to look at fatphobic situation. It refers to the fear, dislike or discrimination directed toward people who are overweight or obese. Kindly watch the following videos and I'll be back to share my own thoughts. Please don't go away.
When people are fat phobic on this platform, you should be uncomfortable. You should be uncomfortable. It is irresponsible to come on an app where there are vulnerable young people and be so fat phobic. To spread such hate and harm and do it under the guise of caring about people and making it about people not caring about themselves. You don't get to do that. And it's tolerated too much. And it's made light of heart too much. Fat phobia should make you uncomfortable because it is intertwined with every single other system of oppression that exists. It is related to sexism, racism, homophobia, xenophobia, classism. And so when you talk about one, you talk about it all. Which is why I say it is irresponsible, disrespectful, and hateful to come on this app and be fat phobic. And that is all I have to say on the matter. Because I've already said too much on the matter. And people are not uncomfortable enough for me. They're too comfortable. And I know it talked about ushering people to their seats, sitting people down, but I need you all to get up out of your seats and stop being so complicit and complacent when it comes to fat phobia. Stand up and show up. Learn something. And to learn, you need to unlearn. And it shouldn't be on us to teach you. But it is on you to stop spewing hateful, false, fatphobic rhetoric. And furthermore, being tolerable of it.
I know fat phobia does not come from a place of education. I just saw a video of a sweet woman. She was German or something, I don't know. And she was like, hey guys, I want to enter my baby into the big baby TikTok contest, which obviously she's just joking, but she's like, this is my baby. And her baby was arguably huge. And it was so cute. She was so cute. She was a cute little baby. She was probably like 6 months old, I think. But she was just saying like, yeah, she was really big when she was born. She's just always been really big. She's been breastfed only and, such and such, whatever. And idiotically, I went to the comments, and everybody was saying that, like, oh, she's really cute, and the mom was, like, responding to all those comments, and there were people saying that they felt bad for the baby because she's so big. And this is how I know that fat phobia does not come from a place of education, because what the fuck are you talking about? If a baby is only being breastfed, it can't be overweight. Do you know how babies work?
I've been wanting to do a fun series called Fat Phobic Things My Hospice Patients Say to Me. And I volunteer with a hospice organization, and I just sit with hospice patients, and sometimes I read to them, or I just sit and talk with them. If they're at a point in their journey where they can't speak anymore, I'll sit and hold their hand, just various things. But I've been doing this for well over a year now, and something that's crazy is just like, you may not have your memories anymore if you have an Alzheimer's or dementia, but damn, that fat phobia sticks around. It doesn't matter if you're 90 and can't remember shit. You remember that you're fat phobic, and that's crazy. So just gonna say a couple things that have been said to me. Most recently, a woman approached me, and she's not one of my patients, but she just is in the area where my patient is. And she came up to me, and she's, talking, thinking I'm someone else. That's fine. I'm holding her hand. And she's like, well, I gotta go to the grocery store. And I said, okay, have fun. And she says, boy, you've gotten fat, haven't you? And I just giggle, and I said, yep. And she said, good for you, good girl, and walks away. That was a good one. That's a good one to have happen to me. A not so good one, let's flip that, is a woman who can be in the best of moods or can be in a horrible mood. One time she just would not stop going on and on about how fat I am, how disgusting I am, how I need to lose weight, who lets themselves get so fucking fat. That one wasn't fun. No. Probably my personal favorite, and my roommate totally thought I was making it up, but I swear to God I did not, was not my patient, but a man that I had never heard speak. He just mainly, like, mumbled a lot. I walked in, and I was, like, talking to my friend, my patient, and I just hear him go, "Whoa, that's a big mama over there," and he's looking straight at me. And I almost lost it. I was, like, trying not to laugh. Like, I couldn't wait to get home and say that, because I report back to my roommate, even though it gives her incredible anxiety to hear what the fat phobic shit that people say to me. That one was funny, though. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, so this is definitely a continuing series.
There are two types of people who say fat phobia isn't a thing. The first type is people who think fat phobia isn't a thing because they're like, well, it's not a phobia. You don't have a phobia of fat people. I don't have a phobia of fat people. I just fear being fat with everything in me and would kill myself if I gained any weight. The second type of people who don't think fat phobia should be a thing believe it's not on par with other oppressions, such as, you know, xenophobia, homophobia, whatever. And they say fat phobia is not a thing because fat people fucking deserve all the hate they get. It's not unjust like homophobia. It's deserved because fat people are all terrible, overeating, gluttonous monsters. And they're not healthy, and I hate them. Yeah, fat phobia definitely isn't either of those things. It's not real. It's fake. I made it up. I made it up to fuck with you.
So somebody said something fatphobic to me the other day, and obviously they didn't know it was fatphobic, and I responded poorly, obviously. And they really had no idea that I literally was talking about how fat phobia is very much, we are being discriminated against as like a people. I know that if you aren't like above maybe a size 12, 14 and a woman, you probably aren't feeling it at its all-time high, but it's really bad. Like, really bad. Fat phobia, especially with, entering Ozempic and Wegovy, now we have this reason for fat phobics to hand you something and be like, here, I'm giving you a solution. Take it. That is still inherently fat phobia. And I would love to talk about it. Welcome to my channel. I will be talking about it nonstop. I actually was almost killed by fat phobia at a size 14. I wish I was kidding, but it will kill you. So this is why I talk about it. And I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm a plus girl. And this is me I get my blood work done. I get CTs regularly. If I am actively losing weight, then I know that something's wrong with my body because I'm not trying to. Okay? I'm not here to talk about that. This isn't the space for that. This is a space for fat phobia. So I'm going to talk about that. We're going to unpack fat phobia and how it looks post Ozempic life. And I think it'll be really fun to talk about, to remind people that this is literally like, we can't exist. Like, fat people aren't able to exist right now. Like, we are literally, like, instead of getting proper medical care, we're handed Ozempic. Do you see? Like, it was worse before, but now it's at an all-time high, right? They have an excuse not to give you medical help because you didn't take the Ozempic to begin with. How dare you? You didn't want to. So we're gonna talk about it all. We're gonna talk about it all. So welcome to Mana Paints, Mana Talks, and let's go.
This is a message for plus size people, fat people, curvy people. Do what you got to do to protect your mental health during this season, this resurgence of fat phobia. The Victoria's Secret show has really reminded me the reality of where we are as a society. We've lost the plot. We have lost the plot. The plot is lost. There are people who are making mean comments about Ashley Graham and her walk for the Victoria's Secret show. Mind you, Ashley Graham is the most palatable plus size person in the entire world. If you have something mean to say about Ashley Graham, someone who has proven to us time and time again that she is a trained model, I can only imagine what you'll say about a dark-skinned, fat, plus-size person. My God. And thankfully, I'm not someone who really gives a fuck about what people say, but if you are someone who gives a fuck about what people say, as in, like, it's very hard for you to dismiss that disruptiveness that comes from like constantly being critiqued or constantly being talked about, do what you got to do to protect your mental health. I'm not even mad at you no more. I'm not, like, I was never really mad because it's your body. Do what you want to do, right? But now what I will say is that no matter what you do, there is no level of acceptance that will alleviate the pain and the rage and the resentment that you'll feel for changing yourself for the sake of other people. There is no amount of acceptance. The only acceptance that can actually help you is self-acceptance. And self-acceptance can only come if you are willing to accept yourself where you are right now. Do you love yourself despite not being where you might want to be? That's the only way, y'all. But otherwise, that's all I got.
Okay, and now that we're on the topic, why are you guys acting like y'all are saying something revolutionary when y'all say that y'all biggest fear is getting fat? Or y'all saying like, oh, I prefer to be skinny, or my worst fear is getting skinny, I will die staying skinny. Like, why am I seeing an uptick? Like, are y'all losing it? I really think that you guys don't understand. Y'all are just like the conservative people who are screaming about the loss of all these ideals that literally haven't gone anywhere. Just because a couple brands have posted some size inclusive content, there's literally a super popular creator on here that is arguing damn near every day talking about how y'all don't have clothes that adequately fit and treat bigger people like they are people deserving of having nice clothes. What you guys also don't understand is that fat phobia transcends just the looks. It transcends desirability. People are literally losing their lives because they are not getting treated right in the medical field. They're not getting treated right with their jobs. They're not getting treated right in every aspect of life. Y'all are not doing that. Y'all are not saying nothing by saying y'all prefer to be skinny. Y'all are just daft. And I'm really tired of the comments. Like, we're going backwards. People are not even just mean. They are systematically oppressive to fat bodies. That's what I'm not understanding. That's what I'm not getting. And everybody thinks it's like, oh, this is just discourse, or, well, I don't understand. Because it goes into everything else. These are not just thoughts. You don't exist in a coconut. You didn't just fall from a coconut tree. You exist in the context of everything. So if you have these ideals about being skinny for yourself, what do you think you push on to other people?
It is rooted in societal standards that glorify thinness as the ideal body type while associating fatness with laziness. This prejudice shows up in many areas of our lives. From healthcare, where doctors may dismiss legitimate concerns by blaming everything on weight, to the workplace, where larger individuals face biasness in hiring or promotion. Even in personal relationship, fat phobia can lead to shame, rejection, and stigma. Unlike personal preference, fat phobia is systematic and reinforced by media, fashion, and cultural narratives that equate weight with appearance. Constant exposure to these messages causes many people, including those who are not fat, to internalize shame about their bodies. This creates a cycle of dieting, self-criticism, and low self-esteem that can be damaging to both physical and mental health. Challenging fat phobia means questioning harmful, reorganizing that body size is not a measure of value, and promoting body diversity and acceptance. By addressing this vastness, society can move toward treating all people with dignity regardless the size and focus on true health than appearance. To end our today's discussion, please don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section below. What was your experience? See you in the next video, and please stay safe.